So, a question I hear a lot when we're getting to the nitty gritty of our faith is why did God have to become man in the first place? So, why Jesus? It's called the incarnation. So, with this idea that God lowered himself to become man is called the incarnation. We celebrate that at Christmas. I mean, that's why Christmas is such a big deal, is because God lowered himself to become man through Jesus. And that's kind of a big deal. So, why? So, to answer that, I want to tell you a little story. It's about a man who decides not to go to Christmas Mass with his family. He decides that he just doesn't get it. Why would an all powerful God lower himself to become a human and embrace the limitations of humanity? So he was sitting down and he lived on kind of an acreage, and a bird kept flying into the window. It was cold outside. It was December, around Christmas time. And the bird was wanting warmth and food, like we all do. And so this guy was like, this is annoying. He's just trying to sit down and watch TV. And this bird keeps flying into the window. And he's like trying to show the bird where the warmth is, which is in the barn. He has a barn. The barn has food. The barn has shelter. The barn has warmth. And so sure enough, another bird comes flying in, and another bird, and then another bird comes flying in. And he's like, how can I share with these birds where the food is? So he goes outside. He tries to like take a bird and put it in the barn, and the bird's freaking out and none of the other birds are listening. And he doesn't understand what he can do as a human being to try and get these birds inside the barn. And then he stops and goes, I wish I could become a bird so I can show them where the food and warmth is. And then a light bulb goes off in his head. He goes, oh my gosh, that is what God did with Jesus for us. We are the birds in this story. We want to know where the warmth is, where the comfort is, where the food is. We want to be nourished. We want to be taken care of. And God tried all throughout the Old Testament to show us where that warmth is, to show us where that nourishment is, to show us that remaining faithful to God is where we find our purpose, but we weren't getting it. So instead of becoming a bird, God became human so that he could show us humans where the warmth is. He could show us in our language where we need to go. And that's what the New Testament is. It's Jesus sharing with us where we need to go to find warmth, fulfillment, and ultimately the kingdom of heaven. And so that is why Jesus is here. That is why God became man in the incarnation with Jesus. I hope that helps clarify.